Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Curiosity Corner Live. Before we get started, one second. Gotta get dressed to impress. Got to get dressed to impress everybody. Hey. Good morning. We're gonna wait till a little bit more of some of our audience comes on in to Curiosity Corner Live. Just so you guys know, my name is Kayleen, and I'm here with you guys to stay curious with you during this time at 10:30 every morning, along with some of my other special guest engagement specialists that come on and tell you all about science in different ways, very fun different ways. So today I have a DIY to share with you. Hey, Cedric, welcome. Way to come in early. We like that. We like that. My name's Kayleen. We're going to get going with the DIY, but just so you guys know, we come here at Curiosity Corner Live at 10:30 every day to give you guys either a live demonstration, to give you some fun interactions behind the scenes, and of course, these really cool DIY challenges you guys can post on Facebook or Twitter, and then we can share them along with the rest of the people that join us here at Curiosity Corner. Cedric's here first, so because Cedric says you're here, I want you to guess what I mean by mechanical. Because today we're going to be making some mechanical cardboard. So have you ever heard the name mechanical before? Or the word mechanical? I can give you a little hint. Something mechanical can look a little bit like this. Or a little bit like this. So, Cedric, mechanical is something that is working by machines or produced by machines. So something that I showed you here that you can make along right with me is this little arm here. And on this arm has a mechanical part. Has a mechanical part to it. Something that's very, very common to machines. It's called a gear. Have you ever heard of a gear before? I can show you a picture that's a little bit easier. So, Seth, you ever seen something like this before? So those are gears. A gear is a type of metal part, kind of cylinder or cone-like shape, that when these different circles and cones fit together, these little arches and ridges, these alternating ridges and teeth, actually come together and they help them move in opposite directions. So I see we have a new guest. Hi, Isaac. Nice to meet you. We're talking about gears and mechanical objects. So what we're going to make here is something I made with a gear. You can use these gears to make a lot of different machines, because these gears basically help to create an easier way to move the movement from one area to the next by moving one circle in a clockwise direction, while the other is pushed by these teeth. And while this is getting pushed down, this gets put in a counterclockwise position. And that kind of moves that force along the line of our gears. We're going to add another gear to my arm here. And by how I do that is I use a piece of cardboard. Now, does this cardboard look the same as this piece? Do these pieces look the same? Nah, right? So as you guys can tell, this piece right here has some teeth. You can call them ridges. You can call them waves. But they're alternating arches. So this piece of cardboard will be called corrugated cardboard. Corrugated just means that it has those alternating arches in it. Some roofs are actually made out of this type of material. You said one is flat and the other is riveted. Exactly. So yes, we have some ridges, some riveted, and we're going to see how we can take this piece and turn it into this piece. So what we want to do here is we're going to take one, you can see this piece of cardboard has almost 3 layers. It has our back side, which are flat. The same as on the other side, usually both sides. So you have 2 flat pieces in between the piece that we really want, which is that riveted part, like you guys talking about. So all I do is peel, 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 just like that. Now it takes a little bit more time than you think, because as you see, you'll get to some patches where you'll have to clean it off and make it really, really smooth. But if you just want to work on your time like that, work on this piece and take your time on it, you'll get to a very cool piece like I made right here. And this is going to be the piece that once we fold it all together, will act as one of our ridges. But we want to make that body, right? So what you're going to need for that is, if you're really fancy, I'm going to use super glue. But if you want to use hot glue, that's cool for you. But little too hot for my fingers. And I also took another piece of cardboard and I made some circle templates. So make sure you grab your peanut butter jar or ketchup bottle part, and make sure you draw a circle on an extra piece of cardboard that you have to create a template like this, because this piece is going to be super duper important when you make your body of your gear. So I'm going to take my piece here, my cardboard piece here, and I'm actually going to cut it in half. And remember, this is called corrugated. And there's a lot of materials that are, roofs are actually made out of this material. And all it is that it has these different layers here, wavy, separated by 2 flats. Oh, Mama June plays Roblox? That's awesome. So, what we're going to do here with our piece of cardboard, like this, and our second template, like that, is that we're just going to make sure that our circle piece can fit tightly around our circle template, because it's going to look something like that. And you kind of just want to get a measurement of the length that you're going to need to glue that down on. So I have a good indication. I'm going to hold my thumb right there, and just to make it easier on myself, I'm just going to poke out my little circle template. I'm going to use a little bit of super glue. Like I said, hot glue works too. Hot glue works even better if you decide you want to tape your body part of your gear inside of your gear. To apply this a little bit easier, this super glue, instead of it getting all over my fingers, I like to use one of my fasteners that I'm going to need, so make sure you guys have fasteners. Grab a little bit of glue. Can I use school glue? Of course you can use school glue. Just remember to hold it a little bit longer than you normally would for either of these other options, because when you're using cardboard, it is just a bit of a stronger material. So it might not stay as well as you're hoping for. It might frustrate you more than it might help you. So that's why I'm personally using super glue, because it feels like school glue, but it's a lot stronger. But you want to make sure you have an adult with you, because super glue is super hard to get off your fingers, and it's also really toxic. It kind of burns my eyes a little bit. So make sure you have someone super duper careful and someone that cares for you a lot, and make sure that doesn't want you to get hurt with you while you do this project. And I'd like to hold it down so while this liquid glue solidifies. Ooh, Cedric asks, can you use flex tape? Dude, that's actually a pretty good idea. I was just going to say, if you use tape, make sure that your ridges aren't covered, because if your ridges are covered, it might make it hard for your gears to turn. Because remember, it's these teeth here that allow that force to keep going. So we're all glued down now. I'm going to stick in my little circle template. I want to let you guys know that I did actually poke a hole with my scissors here. Poked a hole with my scissors, so make sure you have an adult for that part, because the most important thing when you're adding a gear to your machine, I do mine like this. I make sure my circle template is one away. Push down through. So now that we have that on there, you can take your template and stick that on through here. I like to add tape on the inside of my body, but like I said, if you guys decide that you want to use hot glue, that makes this part a lot easier, because then your body is already inside your gear. So I just tape 4 pieces around. And like I said, what you come up with as far as a machine goes can be anything of your imagination. Like I said, with just popsicle sticks and cardboard, I can say I have 3 new inventions I didn't have before. And I'll show you just how that's done in a bit. So I'm going to lay this last piece of tape down. All right. And I already stuck my hole through my arm piece. So now what I'm going to do, now that my body's in here with the fastener already in there, I'm going to stick my final gear into my arm. And it's going to fit ever so nicely. It's going to try to. Now, I like to just bend these just a little bit so they stay. Just a little bit. And now, let's see. Gotta make sure they're all together. Make sure they are all together. Like I said, that's why that hot glue works so much better. But once these are all packed nice and tight, you should be able to move these in different directions. Sorry, my middle one is just a little bit off my template. So if I use hot glue so that my body stays right on tight, this will work just perfectly. Or just smoothly, a little more smoother than before. So. Cedric asks, so are you an inventor? I'm personally not an inventor, but I do like to create a lot of cool things. I like to mostly use pencils, paper, and my iPad, but now you can use cardboard to create really cool gears. And like I said, it's all about the design process that makes things work how you want to. So all you have to do is have a purpose for something, have a plan on how you try to make that happen, and then try your best to design and redesign that plan to make anything you want. So I know if I push these gears together just a little bit better to make the gears stay more strong and stable, I know that they'll rotate together, because I know if I use my middle, they will all kind of stick together. But my tape is a little bit falling apart. Maybe I'll use some hot glue so that this can all work together. But I attached some popsicle sticks here so that now when all of my gears turn all together, it can maybe spin enough so that this little popsicle stick can grab some crumbs that is sitting on a table and then take those crumbs and then push them on into a trash can. Or I can put a piece of I can put a magnet on the bottom, and then I can use my gears to turn my magnet area, and then it can actually pick up something of metal. So it's like an extended arm that has some cool new powers towards the end. So if you got some time, I'll definitely try to make this work for you guys. But like I said, now you can see why certain materials are better than others. But you can definitely make do with what you got. But if you use stronger tape than clear tape that I have, so maybe some masking tape to get that body to stick onto my cool little gears here, we should be able to have our very first working machine with gears. And remember, one thing I will say is that the tighter those bodies are together, these gear bodies are together, the more likely they are going to spin each other a lot more freely. You can also position them above one another or below one another to keep those guys turning and turning and turning, as you can see a little bit as I go along here. So yep, make sure you use some really strong tape, or please use your super glue to make those bodies stick to those gears to keep their form. But yeah, here is your gears for corrugated cardboard. Make a better one than me and share it with Stay Curious CLE. That is our hashtag that you can share with on social media. Twitter and Facebook is the way we'll be checking to see how you guys use your gears to make really cool machines and cool inventions. So now you guys can be your very own inventors. Let's see what some different invention you guys have come up with already. So Cedric says, I'm going to try to make mine into a traffic light that spins. Ooh, like the colors spin around. That'd be kind of fun, little disco to the streets. You know what I mean? Kind of different. It's another one we got. Will sticky tack work? Was a suggestion from Cedric as far as seeing this will stick. I haven't heard of sticky tack in a very long time. I would love to see if you use it and see if it works a little bit better than my than the super glue I use. The super glue is working really good to keep the gears together, but as far as keeping the bodies, my little body wheels onto the gears so that the gears keep their form, the tape is not really working that good. So yeah, maybe you can use the sticky tack to somehow put those circular gears around each other. But I was gonna say, if you really got hot glue, it's gonna seal the deal right there. So if you guys have any more questions, got any more ways you guys can design this in some really cool ways, new inventions that you guys think you might be able to make with your gears, feel free to share them at Stay Curious CLE. And we can't wait to see them. Thank you for joining me. My name's Kayleen. Please come visit us when we open up next week. See you soon. Stay curious. Goodbye.